But cool. Well, Rob, what I did want to start with, before I hopped on here, some news broke regarding one Kenny Omega. Apparently, he is hurt and he is out indefinitely. This is the second time he posted a picture of himself in the hospital bed. Said, "Can't really sugarcoat this. I'm out indefinitely. Tried to keep pushing past this pain as long as I could until it became too much. Luckily, doctors caught me when they did. I'll be here in the meantime. Please enjoy wrestling." Um, Rob, you're not somebody that got injured too often that put him on the shelf, but I kind of wanted to get your perspective on it too. When you had that kind of time off, especially after your leg, when that happened in ECW, what is a good mindset to kind of have when you're on the shelf for that long, and how tough was that for you?
Well, there was the time when I broke my ankle and had to give up the television championship. That one was very tough for me, and I was probably only out a month, maybe. I'm sure I probably came back early and broke my cast or something, but it couldn't have. I mean, maybe 2 months was, I mean, you probably only need 8 weeks for that anyway. But I don't know. I don't really remember. Maybe it was longer than that, but it doesn't seem like it. But then anyway, I really thought that I was indestructible before that. So that did a lot to my ego and humbled me, made me realize also how important stretching and sticking to my technique was, because broke my ankle on the one night that I didn't stretch because I was running late. And then when I tore my ACL in WWE, that sucked again. But it had been hurt for 4 years and it just been getting progressively worse and worse. It killed me every single night. People don't know that when they're watching my matches from 2001 to 2005. Pretty much every night my knee was killing me, and I didn't want anybody to know, because I was like, I can still go. So the pain is just for me to deal with. That's my business. So
didn't you have an eye issue as well? Like part of a table went through, you injured your eye, didn't you?
Well, that I didn't miss any time for that. So all that was a flesh wound that got sewn. But what I was going to say about the WWE, it was hard. I did feel like really crushed. I felt like I was letting Vince down, because I felt like I was selling this package to him that I could let me be me. I'm not going to get hurt, because they were always concerned because of my style since I came in, that you're not going to be able to do all that shit, flip into the floor when you're working, 4 or 5 nights a week. And of course I still did, but eventually, because I hurt my knee before I got to WWE, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And then eventually my ACL snapped one night, and I was in a match, me and Rey Mysterio, against the Basham brothers. And then I was just fucked. But I felt like I let Vince down. I felt like, fuck, we're going to miss WrestleMania. Me and Rey Mysterio, we're having a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure we were the tag team champions. So I was really enjoying that. And now all of a sudden, boom, I'm going to be off for 6 to 12 months. I was very upset about all of that. Having said that, it was one of my favorite years of my whole career. I was so burnt out that I enjoyed being home. There wasn't a time when I was missing being on the road like a lot of the boys seem to go through. Never. At the end of it, as a matter of fact, at the 6-month point, which is the earliest you can come back, they brought me in to take a look at me, and I told them I needed another 6 months off. I said I want to be able to go right back where I left off and be able to spin around on my pivot and balance jump without worrying about my knee. And everyone I know comes back too early, then fucks it up again. And I don't want to be one of those guys. So they had Carlito injure me, put me back out again. You might remember that in Carlito's Pit, whatever the fuck they called it. And at the end of, what was it?
I think it's Carlito's.
What's it called?
Carlito's Colt Cabana.
They should have called it the Big Apple.
Yeah.
Big Apple.
Oh, that would have been good too.
At the end of the 12 months, I didn't want to come back still. and they had to kind of coax me to coming back, and they called and they told me that the doctor thinks that I'm milking it, or whatever. And it's like, fuck, I can't get more time off. And so I reacted completely different that time because of just where my head was.